The second fundamental law or principle that applies to atoms is centrifugal force, which is what causes a spinning object to pull away from its center or axis point. There are two factors that determine the amount of centrifugal force an object will have: its mass and speed. The centrifugal force of an object is equal to its mass times the speed squared. Electrons do not fall into the positively charged center of the atom because they are spinning around it. Centrifugal force prevents the electrons from falling into the nucleus of the atom. So there's a balance between the law of charges pulling the electron toward the proton and the centrifugal force pulling the electron away from the proton.
As a designer, there are two types of skills needed: the skill that takes a solid object and breaks it into multiple views, and the skill that takes the multiple views and brings them back into a single solid object. How can you improve your ability to visualize? Try working on the missing view projects that are at the end of Chapter 7 in your textbook. Or you can just pick up objects and imagine what the orthographic multi-view drawings would look like. Each object has 6 orthographic views that are possible: top, front, right and left sides, the back, and the bottom of the object. How many sides are really needed? With the 6 possible views, 3 of the views can be excluded from the drawing.
A generator is a device that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. It operates on the principle that any time a conductor cuts through the flux lines of a magnetic field, a voltage is induced in the conductor. The amount of voltage that's induced in a conductor is determined by 3 factors: the strength of the magnetic field, the number of turns of wire or the length of the conductor, and the speed of the cutting action. In this example, a loop of wire is rotating through the flux lines of 2 stationary magnets. Each end of the loop is connected to a different slip ring.
You don't want to wash the dishes before putting them into the dishwasher. And you don't want to pay large electric bills. Energy Star dishwashers use a minimal amount of hot water and a combination of AccuSensors and powerful guided water streams to get even the toughest pot shiny clean. So our Energy Star model saves across the board. And that's good when Grandma makes her special spinach souffle.
We can put it to the right of the counter. I never use those cabinets anyway.
You have to tear out the whole counter.
So what?
Well, I don't want to tear out the counter. I like it the way it is.
Good afternoon, folks. Hi. Are you looking to buy a dishwasher?
No,
yes,
we're just
we're
looking.
Buying.
Do you currently own a dishwasher?
Are you kidding? If it were up to him, I'd still be pounding the laundry on a rock by the river.
They're too expensive, and when you do buy one, it costs a fortune to run it every month. Now we're just looking.
What if I could show you a dishwasher that could help pay for itself?
I'd say we're buying.
I'd say we're on a well and a budget, and I can't afford waste.
If I can take 30% off of this dishwasher and reduce your water usage by up to 40%, what would you say?
He's listening.
Screw-based compact fluorescent lamps come in lots of different shapes and sizes. In addition to the straight type compact fluorescent lamps, there are several different swirl type or Dairy Queen or twist type lamps. These are trying to approximate the size characteristics of a typical incandescent A lamp. There's also the 2C circline type light sources that fit well in table lamp type luminaires. There are also covered type light sources such as a bullet, a globe, or an A-line type covered lamp. Inside, behind a covering, are the typical bends that you see here.
85% of the lighting in this house is fluorescent. The dining room presented a perfect opportunity to create some interesting effects. With the high ceilings and the columns, we were able to conceal T2 miniature fluorescents in the cove on one side of the room and create one layer of light. The chandelier, with its alabaster glass shades, conceals 14-watt compact fluorescents. The layers of light in this room, created by the chandelier and the cove, give the owner plenty of flexibility. Similarly, in the hallway, we integrated the cove lighting just to extend from the columns, so it was very smooth and there was no need for additional downlights to create the light levels that were needed for passage throughout the space. We mimicked this effect on the other side, so at the entrance to the sunroom, it's a symmetrical effect.